This is a great exercise to open up a stiff hip. So if you're having trouble bending over, trouble tying your shoelaces, stuff like that, and your hips feeling quite tight, this can be a nice way to recover this. So we're going to start by getting into hands and knees into a box position. I'm going to do it on my left side. I'm going to get you to keep your back straight for the start of this to set this up. Bring your left knee forwards until you feel like you can't go anymore. If you push more with your knee, you're going to round your back, and we don't want that in the setup. So knee comes forwards until you feel that's my max. Then I'm going to freeze my leg in this position, travel my knee forwards until it hits the floor, put it down and put some pressure down into the floor. Replace my hands to get comfy again, and I'm going to start this by just tipping and tucking my pelvis. So I have now fixed my hip, the head of my hip up here, in here. I have it fixed in place via the knee being down on the floor, and I can now move my pelvis on top of the head of my hip that isn't moving. So we have a nice way to just guide movement into your hip joint. So start with this. To progress this a little bit, we're going to straighten the opposite leg. And when I'm in this kind of pelvis tucked position, I'm going to take the opposite side of my hip and drop it down towards the floor. And if I get that right, I should get deep stretch in this glute here. So we can just mobilize down there, opening up the back of this hip. Loads of reps like that. And the last way we can achieve more range in this hip is if we drop the leg back down here. I'm now going to slide my opposite leg backwards. And you can see that's closing the joint angle here. And come forwards. So I'm literally just using this floor as a constraint to stop me moving through my knee, to guide movement into my hip and back.